contrary to what a lot of people on the left claim after 2016, the Electoral College is actually an ingenious idea by the founders. Because we are not a homogenous nation. We are actually a collection of 50 semi-sovereign entities that have ceded limited powers to a federal government and otherwise have fairly plenary power bound by the Constitution. And in order to become president of the United States, you cannot campaign down the coasts of this country and try to get the majority vote in big cities and around the coasts. You actually have to engage with a coalition of large and small states because the people in those states are diverse. They are prideful of their own states. They have unique traditions and foods and the like within their states. You go to Iowa, you're going to get your fried pork sandwich. You go down to Georgia, you're going to get boiled peanuts. You go to Texas, you're going to get Tex-Mex. You go up to Boston, you're going to get a lobster roll. It is a unique accents, unique people. And so to become president of this very diverse, multi-ethnic, demographically diverse country, you've got to win the Electoral College. Every state has a number of electors, and their electors are determined by the population of the state. Your electors are the total number of House seats you have in Congress, plus your 2 Senate seats equals your Electoral College. So when you vote today, you're actually voting for members of the Electoral College. The Democrats and Republicans and the Libertarians, they've all submitted names to the Secretary of State. If the Democrat wins or the Republican wins or the Libertarian wins, it is their slate of electors will be designated and certified by the Secretary of State of their state to be part of the Electoral College, which will meet in December at the various state capitals to cast votes for that state in the Electoral College. The new Congress coming in January, the first act they do after they're sworn in is they count the Electoral College vote. Whoever wins it becomes president and vice president of the United States. The Electoral College requires candidates campaign across the country. You cannot campaign just in urban areas. You got to campaign in other parts of states. You cannot just campaign in the overwhelmingly populous states. You got to go to a state like Iowa or Georgia this year. And you will note that the swing states are not always the same. Sure, there are always Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Iowa. But this year, Ohio is at play, Florida is at play, North Carolina is at play, Georgia is at play, Arizona is at play, Texas allegedly is at play. The Electoral College forces candidates every 4 years to assess priorities, to assess values, to assess people, and to campaign. The Electoral College is a good institution that forces a heterogeneity to candidates and their policies who could otherwise afford to be homogenous, reaching out just to a base in urban or suburban areas. I think it's a good institution. I think we don't want to get rid of it. And frankly, I think if the Democrats won, and they may win, we will stop hearing so much belly aching about the Electoral College being misaligned from the popular vote. It is a rare election in this country for the popular vote and the Electoral College to be misaligned. It has happened in 2000 with George Bush. It happened in 2016 with Donald Trump. But it's worth preserving because it forces the candidates to actually engage with a broad array